Hey, just leaving Callahan's. Right back there. About a mile from the trail. So just doing a road walk to start my section hike of the Pacific Crest Trail. I'll be doing all of Oregon to a place called Bridge of the Gods, which is the border of Oregon and Washington. I'm in southern Oregon right now, close to the town of Ashland. All right, let's have some fun. A little smoky today. Climbed about 800 feet since I left Callahan's. It's a pretty gentle climb though, and the trail, as you can see, is pretty nice and soft and not a lot of rocks, so it's not terrible. But as you can see, pretty smoky today. There's mountains over there. I don't know where the fire's at. It's nowhere around here though. That's called Pilot Rock. Pretty popular day hike for the local folks. I won't be going up there today. Can't see anything anyway. Just goes to show you never really believe what you read on the Gut Hooks app, which is an app that you can have on your phone that tells you where you're at and the information about the trail, like water and stuff like that. The last two posts about this one says it was 0 water, and there's plenty of water. Probably 4 inches deep and just a seeping hole in the spring right there. Camp's only about 2 miles away. I'm just doing a short day today. Get my legs wet. Here we go. Made it to camp. Only did 13 miles today. Day one, I don't want to push it too hard and injure myself, but it's a good day, a little smoky, so there wasn't a lot of views, but good warm up for the rest of the long trip. Got us a nice little pond here, and oh boy, if it wasn't smoky, we would have some crazy views. That's all mountains back behind there. Met some nice people already. They're all through hikers, so they're doing a lot more miles than I am right now. But I'll get there. And over here is the water. For the evening. Dirty water, filter. Dirty water, filter, clean water. Ta-da! Not a bad way to start the morning. They call Oregon the Green Tunnel of the Pacific Crest Trail. I'm kind of digging it. Big trees. Nice and quiet before everybody gets going. I got started about 6. Good day. He's laughing at me. Morning, day 3. It's about 6:15. I just got back on trail from my campsite. Beautiful little campground, Clume Landing Campground. I was only one of 2 people there last night. Showers, electricity, running water, trash. Good place to stop, about 1/5 of a mile off the trail. 23-mile day today to get to Fish Lake Resort, where I pick up my resupply. 2.5-day resupply to get to Crater Lake. Oh, 23 miles. Let's go. Hey, just about 5 miles in, I got water, and depending on if there's water at this next spot about 5 miles up, I'll get water there, or if it's not flowing, it'll be an 18-mile hike, so I'm carrying about 4 liters of water. Makes my pack pretty heavy. Good thing is, I don't have any food left except for my snacks for the day. So, no food, lots of water, so. All right. Here at the South Brown Mountain Shelter. It's only about 100 yards off trail. That's the water over there. It's a pump. Let's see what's inside. Rustic. Burning fireplace. Places to sleep. Chop. Little head action. That's it. I'm walking through a big, long miles of patches of blueberries. I just met some hippies walking around barefoot collecting all these. But surprised there's no bear activity out here with all these blueberries. Hey guys, just starting day 4. Just left Fish Lake Resort where I did my resupply, had dinner and had breakfast. It's about, probably close to 11. Had to do a 2-mile road walk to get back to the trail from the resort. Today is only 11 miles because I have 2.5 days to get to Crater Lake, Mosma Village there for my other resupply. Problem is there's only water at 11 miles, at 26 miles, and then at Crater Lake. So on day 4, I don't feel like going 26 miles starting at 11 o'clock in the morning. So 11 miles today, 15 tomorrow, and 20 the next day to get to Crater Lake. Kind of messes up my time schedule, so I'll have to do some bigger miles if I want to stay on track. If not, no big whoop. All right. Oh, this is also supposed to be the Mason-Dixon line of mosquitoes, so we'll see how many I run into today because I haven't had any yet. Good times. I don't know what it is about, even though I didn't take any time off yesterday. I did 23 miles, but then I got to the resort, the Fish Lake Resort, and I ate a chicken sandwich and drank a bunch of iced tea, and this morning I had a big old breakfast with a bunch of coffee. Every time I eat like that and get out hiking, I just feel lethargic all day long. Today's only 11 miles. Feels like 20. I stopped a little bit ago and had some lunch and drank some water and feel a little better. But it's always that day after I resupply and get real food in me, I feel kind of gross. So hopefully I feel better, get some more water in me later. At camp, day 3, I think. Kind of tired and blah today. It's only 15 miles, I heard. Yeah, roughly 15, 14 miles, something like that. But it's a nice camp spot. Lots of mosquitoes down by the water, which is about 50 yards away, but I don't have any problems up here. Nice breeze, gonna be a good night to sleep. Day 5. Left Christie Springs. Spring. I've got 14.8 miles, so 15 miles to camp. There's no water, so I'm carrying a bunch of water so I can have a drink for the day. Just taking my time. 15 miles is a pretty short day, so I get there early, so I don't want to sit around, so I'm just going to take my time today. Brought extra water so I could just chill and have a break. A lot of mosquitoes at that spot. Specifically this morning, there was a lot, but I just sprayed some DEET and my clothes were treated. They didn't bother me too bad. Not as bad as what other people were saying earlier in the year. Everything's dried out a little bit, so it's not so bad now. But I've been in the woods the last 4 days, basically. Hopefully break out into some views today. We'll see. Hey, kind of a neat thing. Nature's neat. Since I started to hike, there's always been a steady in the background. It's bees. There's millions of bees out here. They don't sting. They're just going around doing their bee thing. And they don't really come around me. It's just off to the side of the trail and all the plants and everything. Kind of cool, just a constant zzz. Well, I'll tell you what, for me, God is good. I'm only about 7 miles from camp because of the water situation. And I was like, man, if I just had 1 more liter of water, I could go and dry camp somewhere, which means camping with not close to water. Lo and behold, walking on the trail and there's a 1 liter smart water bottle laying there, empty. So if I run into the hiker that lost it, it's his or hers. If not, thank you, Lord. I'll be dry camping tonight and get a little closer to Crater Lake tomorrow. That's good. This is a burn area. Huge forest fire. Going to be going through it for the next few miles. But life is coming back to it. I don't know how old it is, but you see all the flowers and stuff. But it goes way out there. Big old forest fire. You get to concentrating on on the trail, sometimes you forget to stop, and I always tell myself to stop and turn around and look, and I did that. Ta-da! Pretty cool. Got up here to my high point of this climb. It's pretty impressive out here. Nice breeze. On the way to Mazma Village, and through hiker that finished her hike doing a little trail magic, so she's walking out on the trail, giving out. She had Cinnabons and fruit and all kind of stuff for people. I took this. Thank you, lady. Trail name Stamina. I appreciate you.
Like all us East Coasters all started at the same day. It was like the weirdest thing ever. But that's so cool.
I'm literally 1 minute away from the where cars can drive up, and I'm completely by myself. Crater Lake was a volcano that exploded, and then the mountain collapsed in on itself, making it, I believe, the 9th deepest lake in the world. That's Wizard Island over there. Pretty cool stuff. Feel blessed to be here. Be blessed to be around no humans. To show just how big this lake is, right down there is a tour boat that fits a couple hundred people. Rim trail, almost to the top of the climb, and then it's pretty, well, according to the map, pretty easy walking for the rest of the day. But this sandy trail, a little rough. Lots uphill for the last 5 miles. But the views aren't too shabby. On my right hand side is Crater Lake, and out this way is everything else. More of this today. Feel like I'm on the Appalachian Trail, going to the highest point on the trail, in Oregon and Washington. I'm about an hour in. It was 12.5 miles from camp last night, where I stayed by a water cache. Water cache is a bunch of water these awesome trail angels leave, because this is such a dry section. There's no water available for when I reach this creek in about 7 miles. It'll be a 17-mile water carry to camp, where I have to hike a half an hour to get water for camp tonight. Should ease up today, or after today. Hit a lot more water after today. Been a challenge, but I hope I'm up for it. Lord willing. Let's have a good one. I've been hiking for a lot of years, and hands down, the hardest thing about it, it's not being dirty, being dehydrated, eating dry food, working your butt off for 12 hours a day, hiking 20 plus miles a day. It's missing your family. For me, it's my wife. But for other people I've spoke to, you know, it's their kids and their moms and dads and wives or husbands. So for all you wives and husbands out there that let their, and family members that let their family go out on these solo trips and backpack and stuff, thank you very much. We love you. Here at Thielsen Creek. I believe that's Thielsen Mountain there. Taking a break, I cleaned off. Been dusty and dirty the last few days. So I cleaned off and taking a break, gonna drink me a liter of water and continue on. Shows we're at the highest point on the PCT in Oregon and Washington. Yet that kind of looks uphill to me, sign guy.
Yeah.
You had one job, sign guy. I'm gonna call this lunch today. Not too shabby. Right there is roughly where I was at yesterday, about 30 miles away. 20 miles today to set up for a really short 5 or 6 mile hike into Shelter Cove Resort and do a resupply, and then try to do 4 or 5 out for the next leg. Wah wah wee wah. Beautiful. Tired today. I got about 2 more miles to camp. It's only 19.5 miles today, but I am beat. Alright. You helps. On these long hikes, every day is not fun, waterfalls and sexy views and everything. Some days it's just hard. Today's one of those days, especially after lunch. I'm just dragging butt. Had a nice swim at lunch, but 2,000 foot climb right after. I'm almost to my water source. And then another 1.5 miles of camp. I'm telling you, I'm beat. Hopefully that blue sky up there It's just top where I'm climbing, but I don't know. Something pretty cool right here. Good flowing water. Dry as a bone. It's going down into the earth there somewhere. Kind of cool. Made it to camp today. Hard day for me. Right at 4,000 feet of climbing. 19.5 miles. Tomorrow I go into a place called Shelter Cove Resort. Get my resupply for the next 4.5 days. About 90 miles. I got cell service up here. If you could see the horde of mosquitoes. Woo! Just gotta keep moving, they don't bug me. I'm at Shelter Cove Resort. Picked up my resupply. Took 2 showers. Drank about 14 liters of Coke Zero and had a couple pizzas. Just been chilling all day. There's Wi-Fi here at this building. That's the restaurant and resupply and where you pick up your packages and stay everything. Here's the lake. Nice little place, real friendly people. Over here, they have a little area set up for all the hikers where you can charge your phones, do your resupply. Hiker box with all kind of extra food people don't use right over there, those tents right over there. And then the campground is down that way. Free camping. Not too bad. Shelter Cove Resort. I think this is called Rosalie Lake. About 5 miles in for the day. Pretty nice. Tonight's camp. Did 20 miles today. I think this is called Charlotte Lake, Charleston Lake, something like that. But just 20 today. I didn't film much because there wasn't much to see today. It was pretty much just walking in the woods until I got here. Nice reward for a boring day. Thank the Lord. There's my tent over there. Three Sisters Wilderness. Looking forward to this. It's supposed to be really pretty. Let's find out. Looks like a rescue going on there. Helicopter looking to lower something Doesn't look like it's for water. Looks like it's a cot for an injured person. Hope they're alright. Luckily nobody's hurt. It's a helicopter dropping off supplies for Forest Service workers. Thank the Lord and thank the Forest Service. Morning. Foggy, wet night. Last night didn't rain, just foggy. I'm gonna try to do 24, maybe 30 miles today to get a little closer to Big Lake Youth Camp for my resupply. Yesterday was pretty uneventful, kind of boring day. Not much to look at. Pretty much just walking in woods all day long. A lot of lakes and stuff. Not lakes, ponds. But here we go. Fog sure is pretty. I wish this had smell-o-vision. These flowers smell so good. Thank you, Lord. About 17 miles in for the day. Just had lunch. Tuna and crackers. Pretty good views today. It's hailing. It's come through a lightning hailstorm. Look to my left. Pretty sweet. Well, the storm's over for now, but it's still grumbling behind me. Wilderness Ranger checked my permit just now. Nice guy. Have your permits, folks. There's camp tonight. I wanted to do 30, but I only got almost 25 in because of the storm's coming through. I didn't feel like sitting up. Still a little thunder in the background. I didn't feel like setting up in the storm. I'm on a lava field tonight. This is all lava. Pretty cool. Start the lava fields today. 21 miles to my resupply. Then 100 miles, and then 50 miles, and I'll be done with Oregon. Lava fields. Those are clouds down there. Pretty cool. These lava fields suck to walk in though. part of the lava fields. Kind of cool. Leaving the Big Lake Youth Camp where I resupplied, had dinner, camped, and had breakfast. It's a Christian youth camp. For some reason it's vegetarian. Very, very nice people, but I'm not a vegan. Food was good. Didn't have any coffee. The only reason I stayed for breakfast this morning was for some coffee. Oh well. Super nice place. Still worth the visit. They work on donations, so throw some money in the pot. Shower, laundry, resupply. They don't even charge you for the resupply to hold it. You just put in a donation. Very nice people. Worth the stop. It's only 1/8 of a mile off the trail. And I'm taking a little side trail to get back to the PCT. All right. A little chilly up here today. And windy. But this wind's supposed to blow all these clouds out. Check it out. Frosty morning. It was cold last night, August the 10th. I had to sleep with my water filter so it wouldn't freeze. I only had like 6,000 feet. But the fog and everything was clearing up as I laid in the bed, and I could see it was going to be a nice clear day. It sure was cold last night. I believe in the background that would be Mount Jefferson. Kind of cool. Since this is Mount Jefferson Wilderness and that's the biggest thing around, I'm guessing that's it. Almost 5,000 feet of climbing today, over 25 miles. I tell you what, I'm tired. Didn't feel much today. Wasn't I didn't want to. It was just too much work and climbing all day. Started at 7 this morning. It's almost 5 in the afternoon. Took a couple breaks. Total of about 30 minutes. I still got 4 miles to camp. All right. Check it out. Entering the Mount Hood Wilderness. At camp, at a little campground, I'm the only person here. Didn't even see anybody to pay. But they got toilets, they got water, I got my mac and cheese with sun-dried tomatoes going. Over there's the old Tannerooski. There's a water faucet back behind me. I took a full bath. Feeling good. 32.5 miles today. I didn't film much because it was pretty boring. Just woods. All right. walking alone in my zone and forget about everything and look to my left and boom, boom. I'm about 10 miles from Timberline Lodge, across the highway, and there was a southbounder. Said, dude, there's trail magic at the parking lot over there. Went over, 2 wonderful ladies cooking up burgers, potato chips, potato salad. I had a Pabst Blue Ribbon. I hate beer. It tasted like heaven. Good times. I just passed a French couple doing a day hike on the Pacific Crest Trail. I'm about 3 miles from the lodge. And I was speaking with the husband, and I could tell the wife had her hand up over her nose because I stink so bad. It's been a week since I've had a shower, and longer than that since I've washed my clothes. So I naturally moved a little closer to her to let her soak up my scent. Good times. Last mile of the day. It's sandy, like deep sand, but only a mile. And I've heard that there's a shower up here. Boom. At Timberline Lodge. Got here, did my resupply, found the hiker shower, took the shower. Basically a porta potty that's a shower. Now I feel great, and now I'm gonna eat in the hotel where The Shining was filmed. Back on trail after having the most popular / best breakfast on the entire trail at the Timberline Lodge, all you can eat buffet. Oh, that was a mistake. My food baby needs a trail name. Oh, this is gonna hurt. All right. 25 miles today, 25 miles tomorrow, and I'm finished to enjoy trail days. The hurt of my belly is made up by this view. All right. Last day on trail, 25 miles heading into Cascade Locks, which ends my trip. Yesterday was boring, just walking through woods literally all day long. Day before that was just a little better. And today is today. Alright, still beats working. So how was my Oregon trip? It was alright. Had some nice views, but this is pretty much kind of like the Appalachian Trail, just pine trees. A lot of walking in this. So if anyone was to ask me, should I go and do the Oregon section of the Pacific Crest Trail, I'd tell them It's an easier section. It's not easy, but it's an easier section on the trail. Definitely challenging. The thru hikers seem to be doing well on it, and I'm able to do. I'm averaging 24.6 miles a day every day, no rest days. So if I'm able to do that, anyone can come out here and do it. But definitely, I would say prepare for it. I would mail all my resupplies again if I had to do it again. There's not, unless you want to hitchhike into a town and take a whole day to resupply. Mailing yourself your food is the best way. I mailed myself 5 packages. Probably could have done it with 4. Everybody's on the trail. It seems to be pretty nice. The thru hikers are in their own little zone. Most of them are hiking by themselves now. There's a few little groups in the big bubble that I'm in, but they're all kind of doing their own thing. It's not the friendliest atmosphere, just because they got their headphones on and they're plugging away miles. You know, most of them are doing 25 to 30 miles a day. So you kind of got to be on a tight schedule, not a lot of time to sit around and gab during the day, like some of the other trails, to get 30 miles in. For me to do 30, I've done one 30-mile day, one 35-mile day. For me to do that, I have to be on the trail by 6:30, and I take a few breaks, and those breaks are me getting water and eating something, and then I take about 45 minute to an hour lunch, where I just chill, eat some lunch, and get back on trail. And then I hike till about a 35-mile day. I'll have to hike till about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. Last night was a 25-mile day, and I hiked till 8:30 because I didn't get started till 9:30 in the morning because of that buffet. Rained all night last night. Tent's all wet, but that's all right. I got 25 miles today to the Oregon-Washington border and the beginning of trail days. So, God willing, I get there safe and sound and head home Sunday morning to be with my beautiful bride who made me chocolate chip butterscotch cookies. Out there, it's Mount Rainier. Climbed it. I'm about a quarter way through my descent down to the Columbia River, which is the lowest point on the Pacific Crest Trail. You can see it down there. Looks awful close. I'm about 8 miles up. Well, 8 miles, 8 trail miles to get down there. And that's where I'll end my hike at Cascade Locks, which is on this side of the river. The other side of the river is the state of Washington. Well, I'm done with my hike. I was going to cross the bridge. The halfway point of the bridge is the end of Oregon, but there's a bit of a line of cars, and all I was going to do is go halfway and come back. I'm not going to get in people's way for that. So this road is the end of my hike of the entire state of Oregon on the Pacific Crest Trail. Thanks the Lord and my wife for letting me do it. Hey, sitting here at Trail Days on a little island on the Columbia River in a town called Cascade Locks. The island is nothing but hikers river on both sides. There's the bridge back behind me between Oregon and Washington. Head to Portland tomorrow. Enjoying some gourmet bologna and cheese sandwiches with Pringles and a Coke Zero. I even went with beef bologna because I'm fancy.